What's up, YouTube? My name is Alan Crow, and this is my very first attempt at making a YouTube video, as if there's not enough of those out there in this world. Today, I'm going to go over my duck hunting rig. It is a 1854 Gator Trax Gator Hide Gen 2. There's a couple reasons why I'm making this video. Number one, I've decided that I'm going to try to record as much of my duck season next season, if that makes sense, as possible. So I got myself a Insta360 cam, and I'm gonna try to record as much of that as possible, partly to share it and partly to just have it. I've seen some amazing things in the waterfowling world, and I think it would be cool to capture that and share it. So the other part, or the other reason why I'm making this video, is I'm about to take off the blind part of this boat for the fishing season. And before I did that, I wanted to kind of go through it, because not just to give you guys the information, but to help Kent from Gator Trax see and understand how I'm utilizing his boat that he made for me. Like I said, this is a Gator Trax 1854 Gator Hide Gen 2. So last season was the first season that I used this boat. And I got it, I think, in May of last year, and I've been using it ever since. It is a great boat. I got it mainly for the purpose of duck hunting, but I also wanted something that I could utilize during the off season. Duck season's only 3 months out of the year, and I didn't want a boat that was just going to sit there for 3 months out of the year. So I went with the Gator Hide Gen 2. So before I take off the blind and start my fishing season, I wanted to kind of go through this and for Kent, so that he can see that I am using his boat, and see how I am using his boat, because I'm not doing things the way it was intended to be used. So I've kind of altered the intended scope and purpose. No, not purpose, but the way this boat is supposed to be utilized. I have altered that, and so because I've altered that, there are modifications that I'm going to have to make in order to adjust for that. So I want him to see that. The boat is a great boat. I love this boat. I love hunting out of this boat. There's nothing wrong with this boat. I highly recommend it. It's just, I'm going to have to tweak it for my needs and for how I hunt. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think everybody would have to kind of do that anyway. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through this boat and show you how it's supposed to work. And ultimately, I'm going to show you how I'm utilizing it, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's the front of the boat. We'll go ahead and go through this. Love these lights. These lights are the best. So as we move through this, we'll just go through the top, and I'll give you a good view of what the inside looks like. So this first seat that we're looking at right here, that seat does not have a seat base on it. And the other two seats behind it do have seat bases on it. Okay, so here's how the boat is supposed to be when it's in hunting mode. Your face shields are supposed to be over the top of you, and you sit in this little nook and shoot out this side. All right, so we'll go through the boat real quick. So You see the two seats with the seat bases on it, and then also you can see all the stuff that I have underneath the blind that you can't see with a blind on it. This is all necessity type stuff that I have: life jackets, tools, mud boots, fire extinguishers, just normal stuff that we all have to carry. All right, so this is all under that part of the blind that you guys cannot see. All right, and then we come to the very back of the boat, and there's my baby right there. That's the Mud Buddy 5000. Does a terrific job. I love it. I think it's amazing. I know there's a bunch of people that run gator tails that would argue with me, but this is what I like. So with that wraps up just going through the boat and what it looks like. I'm going to take it out of here, and we'll go and see some of the. I'll tell you some of the modifications, and I'll show you why I'm going to make some of those modifications. All right, here's the boat. I'll give you a good walk around. Again, this is the Gator Trax 1854 Gator Hide Gen 2. All right. Okay. This is my trusty companion, Oscar. All right, Oscar, go ahead and pull that face shield up over your head. Okay, so Oscar is seated how it was originally intended to be used. Okay, the problem with that is, well, I'll have to show you the problem. We put a lot of things underneath this part, and we keep them there, and it's also a problem to shoot because our feet, our legs almost are flat with the back of the with the bottom of the boat. See how he's sitting right there? It's more difficult to sit that way when you're having to face this. This is how Gator Trax intended us to hunt out of this boat. So basically, your legs are flat, and they're right underneath this part right here. Are you comfortable like that?
No.
It's not comfortable.
No.
So what we did was we decided that is not comfortable. We do not like hunting like that. When I say we, I'm talking about me and my buddies. So here is what we decided to do. So we decided to put a 6-inch base pedestals on these seats, and as we did that, it elevated us so that we could go ahead and get in the next seat. It elevated us so that we could actually put our feet on the floor. Okay, now this is not how it was designed to be used. We're using this boat out of the specifications that it was built for, right here, by doing that little thing. But we all decided it's easier for me to be able to put stuff underneath this part of the blind, and as we do that, we have room to sit in that seat in an upright position with our feet planted on the floor instead of our legs planted on the floor. The problem with that is, you see, look at Oscar. Look what happens when we do that. Our head is way above where it's supposed to be, and so the ducks are seeing us. So this is the problem that we have. The blind is solid. I don't plan on not using the blind. The blind is an excellent design. I'm just going to have to modify it for the way that we have chosen, me and my buddies have chosen to hunt out of this blind, because this is the way it's more comfortable for everyone. So with that being said, we're about to start making some modifications to this blind. The one thing, the birds are coming in, but they're not finishing to the point where they're actually hitting the water. 99% of the birds that come in do not land, because when they come in, they see us. And if you look at it, you can see Oscar when you get eye level with this blind. There's no real good way to hide from it. Also, Gator Trax was supposed to flip that blind that head shield up just a little bit. Just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, right there. You see that that they were supposed to, there's the fast grass is attached to fencing material that is attached to these head shields. The front edge of it, there's supposed to be more of it so that you can bend the grass further down in your face. Go ahead and shut it. Grab the edge of the fencing material and pull it down. That's not enough. That is not enough to cover us as we hunt in these things. So one of the things that I'm gonna have to do is take the fencing material off each one of these head shields, bend it back out. No, bend it back out. Bend the front part back out to where it was, so that I can see your face. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna have to take the fencing material off of each one of these head shields, and I'm going to have to extend it the way that it was supposed to be from Gator Trax, so that the fast grass comes out further and we can actually bend it down to hide in front of it. Because now we're sticking out, because again, we're using it the way that it's not intended for. Also, if you look at Oscar, you can see through the blind, and you can see the car that's on the other side of this blind. Well, that's allowing daylight to come through there, and we don't have enough shadow inside the blind to hide against. So we cut these inserts out. I'll go to the back side of this blind and show you. So we cut these inserts out because this is designed to be able to look behind you, so that you can see behind the blind. If something's going on, you can actually look behind you. Well, all it does is allow sunlight to go to pierce through this blind and illuminate us, so that the ducks aren't finishing to the point where they're actually landing on the water. They're finishing and we're shooting them. There's nothing wrong with the blind. It's just they get to a point, and before they land, where they're eye level with us and they can see us. And so that's a problem. So I'm gonna have to go back through, and in addition to taking the fencing material off of the top, I'm gonna have to do something with this. I'm gonna have to hide this. And I spent a lot of time cutting around these things, because I thought that we were going to utilize them the way that they're intended to be utilized, and we just don't. We don't spend a lot of time looking behind us, because with the face shields over the top of us, it really doesn't matter. You really can't see much anyway. So instead of having the light pierce through this blind so that the ducks can see us, I'm gonna have to cover this up so that it will create some shadow inside of the Gen 2 Gator hide. Because when you're illuminated like this, it doesn't matter that you have a face shield over the top of you. As soon as they get eye level with you, they can see. And because the sunlight is moving right through that blind, it just illuminates you and just highlights the fact that you're there. It doesn't matter that you're wearing camo or anything else. And also the face shields, because they don't bend down, and you can't put enough grass in front of you between you and the ducks, that's another problem. So there's two problems that I have with the Gator Hide Gen 2 right off the bat. And some of it's my fault, because we have chosen not to use the seat bases like Gator Trax intended us to use them. And so now we're not sitting flush on the floor, we're sitting 6 inches higher. And when I build another boat with Gator Trax, one of the things that I will insist on is that there are no windows in the back of the back of the blind, and that the blind is at least 6 inches higher, because this is the way we're utilizing it. We're not going to stop utilizing it like this because it's the best way for us to do it. So maybe other people are doing it different, and I completely understand that, but for us, this is the best way to utilize it. So next time I have one of these built, the back end of this blind will be at least 6 inches higher. Maybe 4 to 6 inches would do it. I got some 6'4" guys that hunt with me, and they cannot, sitting on a 6-inch pedestal, they cannot sit there without their head touching the top of the face shields. So that's a problem. And then the fact that we can see sunlight all the way through this thing, it doesn't matter. If you could pull the grass all the way down, it still wouldn't matter, because as long as the sun is behind us, and every time I set this blind up, I make sure that I do what I can to make sure that the sun is behind us. The sun comes up, it just pierces through this blind, and you can see us. The ducks are seeing us. There's no doubt in my mind that they're seeing us. They're seeing us when it's too late. We're shooting them before they have an opportunity to get away. But if they didn't see us, they would commit and land, and they're not doing that. So that's two of the problems. The other problem that I have is not a Gator Trax problem. It's not a design problem. It's a me problem. I never had the time to put the put the end pieces on here so that you're totally encapsulated in fast grass. I'll do that before next season, but this is part of the problem that we're having right now. Also, these lights are fantastic. These are way better than these, actually, but I like having this combination, because every time we go to set up and throw decoys, here's what we do. We take this and we put it right here. So that we can have light shining out over the decoys while we're setting them up. So it would be nice if we had something a little better designed by Gator Trax to set these lights in place so that you could actually move them where you needed them. That would be amazing. And since they are removable, I mean, that should be a part of what people are doing when they order these. You know, if you're not using this like this, then you're missing out, because we use it like this and it's amazing. We're able to see our entire decoy spread. We're able to have light where we need it and set up our decoys. So that's how we use this light system. Also, there is nothing to keep. That's it. That's how it sets in there. I've hit waves going out to our spots, and those lights jump out of the holes that the pedestals are sitting in, and there's nothing holding them down. And I have seen these lights jump out of that base. Luckily, so far, none of the times that I've hit waves have they jumped out of the boat. So that's a blessing, but I've gotten close. It's happened to me 3 times. So that's 3 too many times. So I need to figure out a way to have a lanyard or something that fastens these lights down. This light bar is not cheap. It's expensive to replace, because I've already had to replace it once, and it was my fault, completely my fault, not a design flaw, my fault. So that's how we use those lights, and it would be nice to have some way to mount them here and move those lights around so that we're able to manipulate the light where we need it. Light is important where I'm at. That's why I have so many on the front of this boat. And so far, that's about it. The other thing, the last thing that I've noticed about this boat is that we need a mounting system for the guns, because the guns need to be at the ready. So bring that gun up. Okay, so let me see this. So the gun needs to be setting, let go of it. The gun needs to be setting like this, right next to us. I don't know if you can see how that is. So I've already put this over here. I just need to figure a way I'm going to do it out of the back side. But the gun needs to be at the ready for whoever's going to use it, because what happens is we have our guns all sitting like right here, and as soon as ducks start coming in, go ahead and get ready. They see all that movement. I've got 4 guys, or three other guys, including myself, and we're all moving our guns around to get in position. And the guns need to be there already so that when we're ready, we can just go ahead and get them. So I've already made this, and I had to make it so that this stays right there, and then the rest of these I'll probably do the same. I haven't figured a way out just yet to fasten it to the back side of the blind so that it supports the buttstock of the, there you go right there, Oscar. That's good. So, you know, Oscar did a great demonstration showing you exactly what we need. So we need something that will allow the guns to be at the ready already, and all we have to do is move the fast grass and the face shield. Something else we have noticed for us right now at this particular point, maybe in the future it might change, but we have noticed that these that you use to remove the face shields, they work, but they don't work very good with that much grass piled on top of them like that. So what we did was we just decided to take off one of the straps in the back, the bungee straps in the back, and so now take your hand and just push it up. So now we just do that. Maybe in the future I'll figure a way to utilize, maybe with these and having the gun where, you know, in the ready position, maybe that will allow us to really use, wow, maybe that will allow us to really use the these things, I don't know what you call them, but where we just release it, you know, pull the string and it just flies off. So, but right now with the guns the way they are and everything, it's just easier to push it off of our face than just like that and shoot ducks from the seated position rather than pull the string. So this is my off-season list of things to change that need to change for this particular boat. This is the first season that I've had this boat. It works well. The ducks don't see us until the last minute, and like I said, I'm going to work on that, and next season we'll have these things tidied up so this blind is way more efficient than what it has been. And of course there's hanks of Instagrass that we put on the front deck. So the boat's worked out well. There's not a problem with the boat. I love the boat. It's just we've altered the specifics of how it's supposed to be used, and because we did that, it's opened the door for more alterations that we need to make to it, or that I need to make to it. So I'm going to do that, and that's a video saying that. And I really just wanted to make this video for Kent so that he can see how I'm using this boat and how most people, I think, would probably end up using this boat. Is very similar in the same way. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. thank you for watching it, and drop a comment. Thanks. Wave bye, Oscar. All right, so hopefully we'll be able to see exactly what's happening with this. When the sun sets, it's just above the blind. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in the blind and see what we can see. I'll go ahead and set it up. Normally we would have Instagrass on the deck of this thing. Obviously we don't have it right now, but I'll go ahead and set it up and get in it, and then we'll see what we can see. All right, here we go. So, I guess I'm just gonna sit here until the sun sets, which seems sad, but I guess this is what people go through when they make YouTube videos. I don't know. I am excited about the I just don't know what I'm going to do about the back end. I'm going to do something. I'm going to come up with something. I found these clamps, you know, with the shooting sticks on them. So if I found those, surely I can find whatever else I need. Well, the sun should be where it needs to be in order to demonstrate this properly. But so yeah, those are my three issues. Those are my three problems, and they're not necessarily problems that I have because of Gator Trax or because of this boat. This is a great boat. I'm just taking it and I'm using it out of the scope of intention and how it was intended to be used. I'm sorry. So I want that to be absolutely known. This is not a bad boat. This is not a bad blind. It's just I've got to get it to where I'm 100% totally and completely hidden from these ducks. And let me just reiterate, it's not that they're not committing. It's that they won't fully commit. When they get to eye level, right before they hit the water, typically I can see that they're seeing us and they're not fully committing to the point where they're hitting the water. So, and I want them to hit the water. I want to see ducks decoy properly. So for me, that's a big deal. We're still shooting and killing what's coming in. So that's not the issue. The issue is these other things, and I'm working on it. I'm gonna work it out, and we're gonna get it to where it's doing what it's supposed to do. So, and I think that when I do this combination of boat for where I'm at in South Texas is, I mean, I don't know that you can get better than that, especially in the Gulf coastal areas where using a boat is absolutely necessary. This is not just how we get there, this is where we hunt. And so we can hunt wherever we need to, which is unique. That is a unique thing. And there's a low profile boat, so all the bushes and everything, everything that we hide against is way above where we're at. You know, it's at least a foot taller than this blind. So we're well hidden. I know that because the ducks come in. They just don't commit like I want them to. So we're gonna make some, I'll make some modifications before next season. And I guess the next time you see a video from me, that's what that'll be about. So I hope that you were able to see all of this in real time and that the video turns out. But who knows, because this is my first cheesy YouTube video. So with that being said, God bless, and we'll see you. Want to see what a duck hunter shop looks like? This is it, boy. Maybe a little fishing gear too, but mainly it's all about the ducks, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at those waders. What? Yeah, buddy. Get yourself one of these. Till next time.